So I'm working on a 2010 Lincoln Navigator, and it's a 3-valve 5.4 in it, and the customer says it's intermittently hard to steer while driving all the time. Well, let's find out. It's binding right there, and then it's free, and it's binding, and then it's free. It's binding, and it's free. So I feel what he's talking about. So it's easy and then stop. Easy then stops. Easy. You know what that is? That's a U-joint. That's a U-joint in the sector shaft that goes from the upper part of the steering shaft as it goes through down to the actual wheels itself. And that U-joint, one side is free and the other side is all bound up and it doesn't want to move. So while one side is turning and pivoting fine, then it all of a sudden locks up, and then it's fine, then it locks up, then it's fine. So you're actually trying to pivot that U-joint in the sector shaft in a spot that's already bound up and partially rusted. So now what we have to do is we actually have to pull that shaft out of there and replace it. I actually have a new shaft sitting out here, and I'll show you the part number. To be honest with you, this is a common problem with these older, like the old town cars, Mercury Grand Marquis, the Crown Vics, the old F-150s, the old Navigators and stuff. It's a common problem. It can be a common problem for all the way up into the 2015, 16, 17 models. I've seen it as late as that, but it was really prevalent from like 2002 to like 2010. So it was a common issue. So I'm telling you right now, if you try to do this at home, and I'm all for the DIY guy, that's why I do what I do, it can be a pain in the butt. Because when that sector shaft rusts at the top and it rusts again at the bottom, and then you got a 10mm bolt going through, they're holding everything together, and you're laying on your back and you're beating the freaking collar with a hammer and a chisel or a long screwdriver, whatever it is that you use, make sure you're spraying it down. Make sure you take some Panther Piss and spray down both, or PB Blaster for those that don't know the lingo, and spray down both of the collars. Here is the actual part. If it's the right part number. And when you come up, I got the vehicle up in there now. You may be able to do this on the ground and slide it on the front of it. You come up under it and you look right here. Yeah, it does have oil all over the motor in this thing. It's like the oil pressure sensors leaking or the actual housing for the oil filter. But that's irrelevant right now. There's the sector shaft right there. Come on. And there's a 10mm bolt that goes through it. So I got it all sprayed down with PB Blaster, top and bottom. Now I'm going to pull that 10mm bolt out of there, and sometimes you might have to take an air hammer and hit the bottom of that knuckle to get it off. Sometimes it won't just slide off. So let's get it off of there now. As you can see, I'm using a ratchet wrench right here. It doesn't seem like it's actually bound up. I don't know that for sure though, so far. But the bolt itself is really rusty as I'm trying to get it out of there. So we'll address that slowly. I keep spraying it so it doesn't bind up with rust, but it looks like it's about to come out. So it actually is very, very rusted, and it's really hard to get it to even move. I just jarred it a few times. There it goes. It's out. So I'll do the same thing on the top one, and then clean it all up with a little piece of emery cloth or some Scotch-Brite and some rust remover, and then put the new sector shaft on and torque everything down. You can even tape your steering wheel in one spot so it doesn't move, but now 13mm. I'm gonna go ahead and bust that nut loose and then work on getting the top off so I can put the new shaft in. When I said nut, I meant bolt. But anyway, you get the point. I'm good work. Alright, so shaft is out. Should be moving. See how nice and easy it is to move this way? Look at this way. It don't want to move. It'll move left and right.
but it wants to fight you moving up and down. This side's good. This side over here, now good. Check the new one out. Let's get it installed. Okay, no one's in. Let's try it out. There's the old one. How nasty the thing is. Alright, we're gonna start. Vehicle started. Nice and easy, no binding. And call that fixed.